Making sure your pets get the nutrition they need to live long, happy lives? That's what we do best. With our special blends of quality ingredients, you can count on us for the pets counting on you. After all, being the best pet parent ever is what you do best.
MSSA National Finals, and Tyson Hepworth with us right now on the SVI Media broadcast. Tyson is a judge at this year's final. Tyson, it's the 10-year anniversary already for this great event. You have a unique perspective because you're a local, you started as a competitor, and now you're a judge. What's it been like for you to see this thing grow into what it is?
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy deal. We started out with, classes down in the 30s for numbers and, doing all this event in a couple of days, and it's grown to a whole week and multiple arenas, and and then all of a sudden you move from a competitor to a judge and through the classes. So yeah, just kind of crazy to see it grow every year. One thing leads to a next, and all of a sudden we've got all this going on. So
I've noticed that this has become a pretty close-knit family over the 10 years as well. What does it mean for the kind of ag community to have it right here in Star Valley locally? What does it mean for the ag community?
It's a pretty awesome thing. A lot of people don't understand that this is the largest stock dog in our competition in the nation, and for us to have it right here, it's a lot of guys who run cattle or different things here in the valley have got an opportunity to be able to now have dogs that they use every day, and whether that's people that are going up on the range or down here in the valley just right on their places. It's led to a lot of things that way as far as the ag community has went. So a lot of different opportunities for people just because of this.
Tyson, what's your favorite part of the entire week on National Finals Week?
Gosh, it's got to be when we're running finals. Man, the intensity that comes with it, it all boils down to those last few runs and the intensity that comes with it. You sit there in the arena, the clock's ticking down on you. You know what you have and what you need to beat and maybe what you need to hold on to, and it gets pretty intense. So that's probably my favorite.
Tyson Hepworth, National Finals Week with the MSSA.
From playful pups to cuddly kittens, Loyal Life Super Premium Pet Food makes it easy to choose the product that's just right for your pet's life stage. Every pet has their own special nutritional needs, and we've got the super premium option your family's best friend deserves.
Your relationship is built on trust. Your buddy is with you for work and play from sunup to sundown. And you can trust Nutrina True to deliver nutrient-packed formulas for active dogs like yours. Each bite is Trumune powered for immunity and mobility support, and with support for digestion plus joint, skin, and coat health, trust that they're always protected from the inside out. Find high-quality, hard-working nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/NutrinaTrue. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
Here with MSSA organizer Jeannie Biggers. She's one of the people that make this whole event run. In fact, it doesn't go without Jeannie Biggers here doing the whole thing. Jeannie, this is quite the undertaking, and it continues to grow. How many dogs do you have signed up to do runs this year?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many dogs. I know we have almost 160 handlers, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know the dogs. There are a lot.
A lot, right? And no, it's fine. And I mean, we're talking the amount of trial runs that you do. We're into the thousands, right?
Oh yeah, we'll have almost 1,800 runs by the time we're done Saturday night.
That's incredible, and you do it all in 6 days. So organization-wise, I mean, that's a task. How do you keep everything straight and all the runs on time and people where they're supposed to be here?
Honestly, we have the best group of people. Elaine La Rochelle does all my data entry for me. So she keeps everything running and all the scores and everything put into the computer. And I get all the links and everything working for us, so all the real-time results are on the website. But she's the one putting all the data in for me. We have a schedule. I actually put into place a texting deal this year so I can text the handlers when our handler meetings are and when we're starting, so that really helps. And the handlers, they're really good. I prioritize which ring takes priority over the others, each day. So like right now, we're just catching up on our sheep field. We only have 2 left in that. But the handler, he's been up running in the open cattle in the upper arena. He's been running in the nursery cattle. So it gets a little bit crazy when we're running 3 arenas in a field at the same time. We do that for 3 days straight.
Yeah, no doubt at all. Now, of course, you started this event 10 years ago now with the Whites. What's it like to see this grow from where it was now to what it is today?
It's crazy. I had no idea, and I don't think Steve did either, 10 years ago when we decided to do this, that it would ever grow to what it has become. I mean, when we first started our very first finals, I think we had 39 handlers, and that was all of the directors. And we ran 1 arena, and we actually ran 2 classes each day. It was crazy. So to see it go from that to this, it's just nuts.
Jeannie Biggers, one of the directors of the Mountain State Stock Dog Association National Finals.
Your relationship is built on trust. Your buddy is with you for work and play from sunup to sundown. And you can trust Nutrina True to deliver nutrient-packed formulas for active dogs like yours. Each bite is Trumune powered for immunity and mobility support, and with support for digestion plus joint, skin, and coat health, trust that they're always protected from the inside out. Find high-quality, hardworking nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/NutrinaTrue. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
Here with MSSA organizer Jeannie Biggers. She's one of the people that make this whole event run. In fact, it doesn't go without Jeannie Biggers here doing the whole thing. Jeannie, this is quite the undertaking, and it continues to grow. How many dogs do you have signed up to do runs this year?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many dogs. I know we have almost 160 handlers, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know the dogs. There are a lot.
A lot, right? And no, it's fine. And I mean, we're talking the amount of trial runs that you do. We're into the thousands, right?
Oh yeah, we'll have almost 1,800 runs by the time we're done Saturday night.
That's incredible, and you do it all in 6 days. So organization-wise, I mean, that's a task. How do you keep everything straight and all the runs on time and people where they're supposed to be here?
Honestly, we have the best group of people. Elaine La Rochelle does all my data entry for me. So she keeps everything running and all the scores and everything put into the computer. And I get all the links and everything working for us, so all the real-time results are on the website. But she's the one putting all the data in for me. We have a schedule. I actually put into place a texting deal this year so I can text the handlers when our handler meetings are and when we're starting, so that really helps. And the handlers, they're really good. I prioritize which ring takes priority over the others, each day. So like right now, we're just catching up on our sheep field. We only have 2 left in that. But the handler, he's been up running in the open cattle in the upper arena. He's been running in the nursery cattle. So it gets a little bit crazy when we're running 3 arenas in a field at the same time. We do that for 3 days straight.
Yeah, no doubt at all. Now, of course, you started this event 10 years ago now with the Whites. What's it like to see this grow from where it was now to what it is today?
It's crazy. I had no idea, and I don't think Steve did either, 10 years ago when we decided to do this, that it would ever grow to what it has become. I mean, when we first started our very first finals, I think we had 39 handlers, and that was all of the directors. And we ran one arena, and we actually ran 2 classes each day. It was crazy. So to see it go from that to this, it's just nuts.
Jeannie Bigger is one of the directors of the Mountain State Stock Dog Association National Finals.
He's a lot of fun.
For Lorena from Idaho, the National Stock Dog Finals are about good people, fair runs, and a reason to come back year after year.
It's just a big family, so it's always fun to come visit with friends. But then the competition, Steve works really, really hard to have even cattle, so the competition feels pretty doggone fair as it can be.
Catch Lorena and more in Afton, Wyoming at the Mountain State Stock Dog Association Finals. 10 years in and the largest in the country. Ken and Lori Herbal have been working dogs since the 1970s, training champions, teaching clinics, and putting in real miles across the country. From Afton to Houston, they've earned top honors. And today they help handlers across the country build real partnerships, one dog at a time.
We love to help people train their dogs, and that's what is a big reward for us. And we love to travel the country. We go a lot to the same places, and we work with the same people and the same dogs, and we see them come from the beginning all the way up to the high levels.
Go to xpranch.com. It starts with trust.
Okay, good morning. Today is the day. We're in the 2025 Intermediate Sheep Finals.
And we have got our first run out here. This one is Blaine Morgan and Storm.
So after 2 rounds, he's coming in with a total time of 9 minutes and 23 seconds and a total of 495 points.
Yeah, so it looks like I think he is trailing points in this group right here. He's trailing by 55 points.
So this is going to be an exciting day. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can change. We have 16 in this final round. And after this, we'll have a crown champion for the intermediate sheep, which is exciting.
So Blaine working around right here. So this fetch.
This is a cool fetch because there is a panel straight in front that they have to kind of split and go around. So as they're coming into that fetch, it does look like a dead end.
Yeah, so it's a 2 sets of panels with a space, and then about 4 to 5 feet in front of that.
Yep.
Is this second panel, and they've got to come through on this
get
right-hand
45.
side.
So to explain the points, so each sheep is worth 9 points, so each obstacle is worth 45 points. So you're looking for 270 points is what you want to go for.
Yeah, 270 would be a full point run.
Number 2 is just a through. It's a lot narrower than what it's been this week.
Well, and it's off the edge of the arena also, so it's off the edge of the arena, so these dogs are going to have to get back and cover on this far side to keep those sheep off the edge of the arena and back into this number 2 opening.
And we exhaust them right there. That's where they exit out of the arena, so they know that. So that's going to be kind of where they want to flow to.
Yeah, there's a really heavy draw right there to the back of the arena. So this number 2 can be simple, but it can be really hard, like we're seeing right here. So Blaine's going to try and take these sheep and daylight them back across.
So after they complete 2,
they're
okay.
And that point's going away from us right there.
Yeah. And after they leave 2, they can exit the box, is what the judge just told him. So then they do still have a handler line that they can't pass, and I believe it's where the orange spray paint is on the ground. I don't know if you can see it very well on the feed, but they do have a handler's line that they can't go past.
And
nice
there he goes
job
right
through
there.
3.
This is a little L-shaped kind of a squiggly looking line there.
And then 4, he's just going to push him between those 2 panels back towards us.
Yeah, as a Y shape, has 2 wings on it. You can see that green colored tape is the very far backside of that obstacle, and that pink tape is the closest side to us where they point.
And there is a 5-minute time limit. I forgot to mention
5-minute time limit.
5-minute time limit. So now he's going to head to his pin. So 5 and 6. So 5 is pinning them. And then they're...
And this is looking really, really nice right here. Oh, great.
Nice
job. If he finished there. Nice
job. So
job.
now he has to hold them in there, open the gate, and his time will stop once all sheep exit and he shuts the gate. It's going to be interesting to see. They're being pretty patient.
You got to handle that really well.
Yeah. So
and
then his
nice
time
job
will
there.
stop.
He's going to grab this gate and slam it shut there.
Nice job.
Very nice
for
job.
Blaine and Storm.
Nice job, Blaine and Storm. Full points of 270 and a time of 4:01.
4:01. So he's going to end with 765 points.
All right, and so if, for those of that may not know and watching, so points, we go by points first. So all of these trials are points first, time second. So anything that is available now, so he came in with a 495. So total, if we have 3 full runs here, 3 full completed runs would be
810.
810 points.
Is what you're looking
so
to get.
Anybody who points higher than that is obviously going to be seated above him no matter what their times are.
Yep.
So
next we have David Briggs.
It comes in with just a slight disadvantage, but the thing is anything can happen. If anybody drops one obstacle in this, then that's the matter of the difference right there.
I was going to say, that's why even though you might be coming in last place coming into this final round, anything can happen, and so you just want to get that completed run because you could be sitting up higher than what you thought you were going to be.
Well, and very much so because of the pressure and the added pressure of the
this
finals
is when
right
it
here.
So exciting.
And this is where it matters, and the handlers feel it, the dogs feel it, the sheep feel it.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden, some strange things can go on if you don't cross your T's and dot your I's.
Well, and we've seen it this week. These sheep, like on number 5, Blaine did a great job. They just walked into that, but they've been having to work them kind of by inches. Any big movement, and the sheep have kind of been exploding out of there, so they have to be careful. So up next we have David Briggs and Dash, and he's coming in with a total time of 8 minutes and 32 seconds with full points of 540 after those first 2 rounds. And he's going to get the fetch. So, and we do have a tie time. So if by chance some 2 handlers come in and they have the exact points, the exact time, we go to what we call the tie time, which is how fast they get the fetch through. Gets them through 2. Gets them through 2. Gets them through 3. Nice job through 4. And now he's headed to his pin. Again, this pin yesterday, if you could get him in there, slow him down, and get him in there nice and easy, it was pretty good, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to just walk. He's got to get that last one in. But again, any quick movements, and they exploded out of there. So.
Well, and the nice part about this, though, too, is that this pin is extended even with the neck of that right there.
But They
you
have been
still have to
exiting
be
out. Yeah, all week they've been exiting back out. So to
Yes.
keep them moving forward.
Smart thing right there for David to get that and get back there and help. And great job right here. Nice run
job. So he
for
will
David
get
and
the
Dash.
810 points,
Yep.
and we'll listen for his time.
Nice job, David and Dash. Full points of 270 and a time of 2:11.
2:11.
2:11.
Next up, we have Cynthia Jennings.
So that
and
puts
Sis.
him
Then it'll be Blaine Morgan and Gus.
At a 10. At a 10:43 for a total time.
overall. And this is
Overall.
all unofficial, so don't
Yes,
take us for what it is.
We're just trying to keep you guys updated as much as we can keep
Yes.
ourselves updated also, but
So he would come in with a 9.
with a 13:24.
Is what Blaine, Morgan, and Storm ended up after
So
the 3
yeah,
rounds.
so as we're sitting right now, we have 2 runs down. We have Blaine Morgan and Storm coming in with total points of 765 in a time of 13:24 over 3 rounds. And then we just finished with David Briggs and Dash coming in with total points of 810 in a time of 10 minutes 43 seconds. So David is in first as it
of
sits
right
right now.
Yep.
And that 2 minutes and 11 seconds put some cramping on the people ahead of him. That is a great time to come out and get yourself stuck with here.
Yeah.
So next in we have
Cindy Jennings and Sis, and she's coming in after 2 rounds with a total time of 8 minutes 19 seconds and full score of 540 points.
so only what is that less than
2
less than
minutes.
20 seconds separate these guys right
Yes. Yeah.
here. No, sorry, it's 13
13
seconds.
seconds. So she just went to that west side of the fetch, so she's going to bring him back around.
And this is where all this starts building. So David comes in, he's first full point run.
Yeah.
He comes in, finishes his course, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And so Cindy's coming in here, and trust me, I'm sure they know, but she's got to do this in at least 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
To beat David.
Or she goes into second. Well, actually, she's got to do it in 13 seconds after that. So she can be what is that, a 2:20, a 2:24.
Is what she has to get it
and
in.
still hold her spot.
Yeah, so she did get the fetch.
So through her fetch.
Through 2 really nicely.
Through 2 nicely, yes. And she is off onto 3.
Cindy's had a really, really good year.
Cindy has done a really nice job for the last few years. She had a really nice finals last year. She put together a lot of, and I was going to say she was sheep champion, so that's why she's in the intermediate sheep here.
Yep.
And Cindy has done a really nice job, and she does a really good job with Sis.
Nice
and
job.
She's got
3, headed to 4. And I believe everybody in the finals, they're getting moved up to open, correct?
No.
No. Lies.
Yep, that is lies.
If you win intermediate sheep, though, you automatically get moved up to
Yes,
open.
whoever ends up in as this national and reserve national champion will end up being moved up, as far as I understand it. So don't take that as
so then everybody else, the board of directors meets and decides who gets moved up and who stays.
Yes, that's as Jeannie told them earlier in their. You know, they will be sending out letters after finals, moving people up.
Which is really cool to see, because a lot of those novice handlers, they spend about 1 or 2 years in novice, like 1 or 2 years in intermediate, and then they move up to open. Like, it's a pretty consistent.
Yeah, and not really necessarily a timeline, but it's how if you go and you watch an open trial, that's the majority, the high majority of those right now are all started.
Yeah. At novice.
You know, this being the 10-year anniversary, they all started at novice at a point in that time.
Good job. So now she's
and now they're open, and now Cindy's going to jump up there, shut her gate, and Nice job for Cindy. Finishing that out, full point run of 270.
So she'll
in
get
a time.
overall. She'll get 810 points overall.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job, Cindy and Sis. Full points of 270 and a time of 3:09.
A time of 3:09.
Up next, we got
So
Blaine
that's going to
Morgan
put
and Gus.
Cindy here with a
Then
total
it's gonna
time
be Trevor Motichka
of
and H.
11.
Flash. Then the sixth dog out will be Cindy Coleman
11:28, and put her into second place
right now.
as of right now.
So great job for Cindy and Sis.
Yeah, but great year. Everything else ought to be super excited to come in here and throw down 3 full point runs and doing it really well.
Yeah. Thank you to our Family Day sponsors. This is happening tomorrow. The countdown is on. Derek Westover and Sunrise Stock Dogs, Clyde and Doreen McCourt, and Mountain Mama Mohair. We couldn't do this day without them sponsoring it. There's going to be bouncy houses. I did hear one's going to have water, and then there's going to be some face paint. So bring the kids down, let them play, come watch the finals that will be happening in the main arena and that lower arena, and we'll have some happening in here as well. So a lot of stuff still to be had for the next 2 days, so don't forget to come down for that. Okay, now we have Blaine Morgan and Gus. So he just ran with his dog Storm. Now we're going to see what he can do with his dog Gus. So he comes into this round with a total time of 7 minutes 57 seconds and full points of 540. Gus is just sneaking up on him. There we go. Gets to the fetch. Ooh, nice job through 2. I thought they were going to sneak around that right-hand side, but he got him through there nicely, headed to 3. And again, now they can leave the box. They're getting a little spread out.
All right, so I believe right here, as we're watching Blaine roll through this, Blaine needs a 246 or better. He's got to be 245 to take the lead.
Okay. Ooh, just sneaks by. All it takes is them to turn their shoulders just a little bit and they can slice by. There you go.
Yeah, nice job getting them back around there.
So you said a what? A 2?
A 245.
Okay.
Or better.
Or better. Which he's
should put Blaine into the lead as it sits right now. Blaine just working on getting these guys in front of this pen so he can give a good shot at looking inside. For these ewes, they're going to just bounce around.
I was going to say, they're just going across just a little bit.
And that's one of the really big challenges of as a handler in that is this situation right here. The time's ticking on you. These sheep seem to be running around, and it's hard not to get yourself frazzled or panicked. Now, Blaine's going to need to be pretty calm coming right here so he doesn't blow these sheep back over top. But they held up really well right there.
Yep.
And now he needs to put pressure on this front ewe up here, though, and not just the back.
There
we go. And sending him out.
Good
nice job. He's going to have his full points. Now what time?
Nice job. 3:13 is his official
And
time.
finishing with a 3:13. So
Full points.
full points of 270. Going to put him overall at an 8:10.
Nice job, Blaine and Gus.
And that is going to
Full
put,
points of 270 and a time of 3:13.
so that is going to put him
Next,
at
we have
a,
Trevor Motichka.
just
and
1
HR
second, and I will
Flash.
figure this out.
Then Cindy Coleman and J1 Mern. And our 7th dog
Thank you
out
to
will be
Neutrina
Cheryl
for being
Barker and
one of
Buddy.
our major sponsors of the finals this year. You can learn more about them at neutrinaworld.com/loyallife. Okay, so up next we're going to have Trevor Matichka and HR Flash.
So that is going to put Blaine on here with Gus with 810 points in a total time of 11:10. So that is going to put
so
him
he puts him ahead.
into second. So again, David Briggs coming in with Dash, slapping down a nice, good, solid time.
And it's holding it.
And so far, so good for David. It's going to move Blaine and Gus into second and put Cindy and Sis into third with Blaine and Storm sitting in fourth as it is right now.
So Trevor and Flash come into this round after 2 rounds with a total time of 7:56. There was only 1 second separating Trevor and Blaine. So he comes in with a 7:56 and full points of 540.
So that's going to put Trevor needing anything under a 240 or a 244 and better.
Okay.
Will put Trevor into the lead.
David put down a 211, so it can be done.
Yes, it can be. And looking really nice right there. He's through his fetch really quick. And I've watched Trevor and Storm. I remember when he futuried, or this dog was in the nursery as well, and it's been a really nice dog for him, and he's done really well with him. Or actually, I think Storm's a female, if I remember right, but
super pretty dog.
Through 2. And interesting, a lot of these handlers not choosing to go up after they finish 2 to get up out next to their handler's line.
No, they're staying back. So number 3 this week, if you can keep them in a forward motion, they seem to find it and get through. But if they get turned around at all, they start to kind of dart back towards this other side. So gets through 3. Coming to 4. That is one consistency in the last 2 days watching all these sheep runs is as they come out of 3, they're wanting to go to that far corner. And so if you can anticipate that and kind of stop that forward momentum and get them turned, they should be able to turn right into 4. But it eats up a little bit of time when they get into that back corner. Just going to just wrap them around.
You need to get them to the right spot with your dog in the right position, or they get like that and skate all the way across that opening. You need to get them a little out and away and then position your dog right so that it can make that flank and get them turned in.
Ooh, yeah.
And just getting a little long again right there.
That's hard with those panels because these panels go all the way to the ground, so the dogs can't sneak underneath them.
Yeah, and a nice idea right here might be taking them back straight through that fetch, or not through the fetch, but through that obstacle.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, just
where
missing
they
this
go,
a couple of times to the inside. I think it.
Ooh, there we go.
There, he's got it.
Nice job. Gets him through 4.
Through 4.
I'm really impressed at how well these sheep are going into this number 5.
Sorry, it wouldn't be a 340. It'd be a 345 or better, or a 245 or better.
245 or better would put him in first.
Yep. Getting really close to this pen.
Ooh,
ooh,
I was going to
just
say,
one.
again, any big movements and those sheep kind of bolt out. We've seen that all week long.
There, if you can get him just inside that panel, good job. He's going to go up and grab his front gate.
And gets him out. Nice
Send these
job.
guys out. Shut his gate for his time. So
3:32.
3:32. Full points of 270. So overall, 810 points. And give me just 1 second, and
Nice
I will
job,
tell you
Trevor
his
and
total
Flash.
time.
And really,
Full
this is
points of 270
the
and
fact
a
that
time
all
of
of these guys are in this final
3:32.
round and they're completing
Up
a
next,
third
we have
complete
Cindy
run.
Coleman
That's huge for
and
the week.
J1
Like, they
Mern,
should be excited about that, regardless of
Cheryl
what happens.
Barker
I know
and
it's always
Buddy.
cool to come out on top, but
Then our
this
eighth
is a
dog
huge
route will
accomplishment
be
just to
Carter
have 3
Harris and
completed
Hazel.
runs in this to complete your week at finals.
Ooh, so here is going to be a little piece of information that we're not going to know right off the top. So that run right there just put Trevor at a total points of 810 with a total time of 11:28, which ties him
Ooh.
with Cindy and Sis, and that is where that tie time becomes a very important factor right there. But also,
Which Cindy, Jennings, and Sis, their tie time was,
yes, but it's not going to matter here because it's a total tie time.
oh yeah, total tie time. That's right. I forgot about that. I was just looking to see. Okay, we have Cindy Coleman and J1 Mern. They've had a great week. They are coming in with a total time of 7:41 with full points of 540 points. Just missing that fetch. That panel that's kind of set out as those sheep are coming towards that fetch, it looks like a dead end. So a lot of them are kind of drifting off to that west side. Oh, there you go. Good job. Mern gets them. So she gets 1. Gets 2. Quickly. Headed to that number 3. Nice job through 3. Gonna keep them moving. Headed towards 4.
And she is through 3 then, right?
Yes. Okay, so what's the time?
So her time should be, Cindy, if she can get this buttoned up in a 3:20 or less, should put her
Ooh.
into first.
Okay, 3:20 or less is what she's looking to get.
So as we start working our way down here,
The times get faster.
the times get faster, obviously, and there's not a ton that separate there. There's about 3. You're talking an 8:32 to a 5:56
So
is
not-
from our start to our finish right there.
Yeah, and then the top 5 dogs, their total time are pretty dang close to each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to come down to seconds probably.
Yeah, our second to our 5th or to our 6th dog, those are a matter of about
Ooh,
50 seconds actually.
Just got him a little bit too. Just need to be a little bit
There,
quicker in
those-
sending them. They cleared.
Perfect. These guys are holding up right here. If Mern can get out and around,
Oh,
that's I was a
shoot.
little worried that they weren't far enough out
Yeah.
past that obstacle.
I'm always amazed too at how they can just randomly stop the sheep and just pee. Like, take a little pee, keep on moving.
Oh, it's when everything in your life is as fast as what it is for a
That's true.
sheep. I guess that's what you do.
That is true. I talked about yesterday. I went over and I commentated for in the other 2 rings with cattle for a while, and I'm sorry, I love watching the cattle runs, but I got bored. Like, when you watch sheep all day and how fast they are,
And how quick everything is.
yes, yeah, I was like, oh,
Just an exciting, quick, fast pace for sheep.
yep,
That's if she, yeah,
right there.
just getting a little.
Ah, shoot.
Now this is a big thing. The timing and the positioning of the sheep is the key to finishing this obstacle.
Well, and you're getting frustrated because you know you have to have that fast time down.
Yep. Oh, and needing. There
she
she's
gets
through
in.
4.
And when you look at the obstacle, you're like, this is a pretty easy. It's a through obstacle. I should be able to get this pretty fast. But sometimes that's when.
And set up really nice right here. But sometimes the easiest ones can be the biggest hang-ups because we get so frustrated with them.
Yes.
But the positioning and the flanking of that dog is paramount for situations like that. A little overflank makes a big difference on sheep. So just like that, Cindy is pinned, sending him out, and going to get her time stopped.
Nice job.
Full points with a time of.
I didn't hear that one.
So just 1 minute, and we're going to have.
Nice job, Cindy and Mern. Full points at 270 and a time of 4:23.
4:23.
And 4:23 is going to be.
Then Carter Harris
Excuse me.
and Hazel. And then the 9th dog out will be Kelly and
So this is going to give her a total time. So that is going to give Cindy a total time of 12:40.
Okay.
Which is going to get her a little long out there. Not quite exactly, I'm sure, what Cindy was hoping for,
yeah.
but still a nice,
completed,
good, solid,
I was gonna say,
completed
third
3
run,
runs.
Yeah.
Gosh, you got to be happy with yourself with that one.
Okay, so we have Cheryl, Barker, and Buddy coming in, and they're coming into this round with a total time of 7 minutes 34 seconds and full score. So everyone in this finals has full scores now.
Except for our first dog.
Except for our first dog. But yeah, everybody else has the full point, so they had 2 completed runs. So yeah, she has a 7:34 coming into this round. Buddy is just sneaking. I loved watching this dog this week. Gets super low to the ground. He can kind of work the sheep from further back because the sheep give really well to his direction. Which is a really big thing. Nice job through 2.
All right, now I'm just.
Tyson's
so
our calculator man.
Those of you guys following along at home and just on Cindy's run went, well, the time that she needed was wrong. You are correct. It was 3 minutes 2 seconds. If she was faster, she was 3:01, and faster that would have put her in first.
Okay.
For Cheryl, a 3:08 and better will put her
in first place.
First as of right now.
Not to add any more pressure to them.
Now the good part is they're out there making their run right now, so
it's true. But you know that they are keeping it in the back of their head.
They have a very good idea. They have a very good idea of needing to be.
They're coming to this back corner every time.
And, just getting a little wide on the inside of that obstacle. These sheep getting a little long and far down here. And that's not the hard part about that is the further you get away from the obstacle you're going on every time you try that, it just means time. You know, all these little hiccups and things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It all just means time. It's just a few more seconds to do this. It's a few more seconds to turn them around, and that's what we're looking for is the most efficient way to get them from point A to point B and get these obstacles done with the most amount of points.
Yeah.
Darn it, just a little bobble sheep may have wanted to stop and do an away command right there instead of a come by.
See, this is what's so fun about this is you never know what obstacle is going to be the one that gives them the most trouble. I wouldn't have thought that number 4 would be would be giving this much.
There we go.
Trouble, but
Almost a little wide, but she's
yeah, she's
through.
get 4.
Got 4 done.
And you said anything at
A 308
308. Okay.
and better should move her into first place.
She's going to wrap him around. Oh, they're like,
just
no. Again, you have to
one
kind
you
of bring
holding up.
these, you have to bring them into this one slower. You can't just blow them in there or else they're not going to be looking for that opening. So even though you don't want to slow them down, you kind of have to slow them down.
Well, so there's a lot of times where slower is faster. And trying to make a good balance of that. And then there's sometimes where faster is faster. And that's all the reads and the decisions that a handler is making out there. And at a certain point right here, you can put more pressure to get them inside that pin once they're contained or.
Yeah.
So she is in, opening the gate.
Nice job.
Through. Now she needs to grab her gate and get it shut because it's not her time yet.
Yeah. Good job.
And time right there.
Cheryl and Buddy.
So full point run. 270 points.
We'll listen for her official time.
Gives her a total of 810 points overall.
Nice job, Cheryl and Buddy. Full points of 270 and a time of 350.
350.
Up next, we have Carter Harris and Hazel. And then Kelly and Maya. Dylan Seeger and DS Ruby will be our 10th dog out.
So that is going to put her with a total time of 11:24.
So moves her
over 3 rounds. So that should put her into second
right now.
No, third.
Oh yeah,
should
third.
put her into third right now. So and again, all this is unofficial. We're just trying to do our best of keeping everything for her. So as we're kind of, what are we, about 6, 7 dogs in?
Yeah.
It looks like David and Dash are holding strong with that 211, and he's got an overall point or total time of 10:43.
So we have Carter Harris and Hazel coming in right now, and they're coming in with
a 7:30.
Total time is 7:30. Again, they just kind of went to that side, so he's going to wrap them back around and get their fetch. So yeah, so David Briggs, even though, like I said, this is what makes it so exciting, is that even though you come in that last position,
this is why we run the race,
yes,
right?
You finish the race. You just don't say, oh, well, there's no way I can do it. Yes, there is. David's holding strong at that 10:43. He put the pressure on. Everybody kind of has in the back of their mind that time that they know they have to beat, and so it comes down to these little bobbles, like you said, these little seconds that can eat away. There, he's going to get it through the fetch.
Carter, nice job through
Carter's
fetch.
had a great year.
Carter has had a great year. This is either champion or reserve champion, I believe, sheepdog of the year.
Yeah.
Which that got Carter moved up into the wide, wild west of the
of
open.
The open.
So Carter.
Oh, watch it. There we go. Good job.
Nice job through to Carter coming in with that 7:30 for his total time. He's going to need to do a 7:12 or a 3:12.
3:12.
Or better to take the lead in this round with Hazel.
There's no pressure at all.
Yeah, no pressure at all. This is, and in the mind as a handler,
nice job.
This is precisely where you shake that off and just go,
yep.
I'm going to go throw down the best run that I can put together.
So yesterday, his number 4, he got a little bit, it pushed it away, and then he was trying to get it done fast. And
great job holding Hazel up right there, anticipating those sheep as he flanks around.
Nice job, Carter. That was beautiful.
See, and stopping her where she was, actually it drew their eye towards him a little bit, so it pulled him further into that obstacle.
And he slowed him down. They're coming in nice and easy. Watch their shoulders.
Catch them right here, just getting a little wide. Hazel getting a little tight right there.
That's okay. He can wrap him back around.
And stop right there.
That was a quick recovery.
There, nice job.
Beautiful job.
Into 5. Now.
Watch him. Oh, watch him, watch him, watch him, watch it. There we go.
Nice job, Carter. He's going to get
Come
these guys out of
on.
here.
Get out of there, get out of
slide
there.
up, make some
Get your
pressure.
gate, get your gate. Nice job,
Stops
Carter.
his time. Great run for Carter.
Good job for Carter. and
Great run for
Hazel.
Carter. So he's going to have a full point run in the round.
Nice job, Carter and Hazel. Full points of 270 with a time of 2:42.
So 2:42 on his time. So this is going to shake some things up
This
right
is
here.
going to shake some things up.
Kelly, Michael Shrud, and Maya. After that is Dylan Seeger and D.S. Ruby. Then our 11th dog out will be Shirley Scholl and Lucky.
So this is going to put Carter. Hold on, hit the wrong button. That is going to put Carter unofficially in the lead in the moment with a 10:12 for his total time.
For his total time, okay.
So that's going to move David Briggs and Dash down to second.
Okay, so now we have Kelly Fonkelsrud, right? Am I saying that right?
Fonkelsrud,
Yeah,
yep.
Fonkelsrud. She told us how to say her last name, so thank you for
So
doing
hopefully
that.
that's close anyway.
Yeah, we're hoping it's close. So she's coming into this round with a total time of 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Ooh, and she gets them through that fetch nicely. She's had some really good runs this week. Ooh. Nice stop right there. Gets them through. Oh, no, they just sneak past. So she's going to daylight him through here and then flip him around and hopefully take him right back straight through there. Nice job.
Nice job right there.
Again, staying calm. When they don't quite go where they need to go, you got to stay calm and quickly recover and get them back so you can keep that momentum going.
Well, and a great angle on that camera right there is that dog was coming to us to see how that she flanked far enough out not to cause the momentum on that flank to push those sheep off until she got to the right point where she could cover, and Kelly downed her.
Ooh, see,
And she was right on board to make it through.
That was a perfect. So see, she stopped him from heading towards that corner.
Now she's going to hurry up and get. There we go,
There
and
we
not
go.
being too far behind. I was a little bit
Beautiful
worried when she
job.
downed her right there that she was going to get a little bit behind, but she was
Gets them
still
through 4.
spot
Ooh, they're
on
coming
through
in,
4.
coming in a little fast. Again, they don't look for that opening when they're coming in, but she's going to wrap him back around and hopefully look at
And
that.
nice job straight in.
Watch that end one.
And Kelly's got a really.
I was going to say,
Ooh,
no. Okay.
Yeah, and this is where you got to cover and just make sure you finish it up. Ooh, don't get your dog out too far in front of you.
Nice job. Shut your gate.
Yep, shut this gate.
Nice run for Kelly and Maya. Good
Nice
job.
run. So, full point run again. She's got.
I believe it was a 205, but we'll listen to make sure.
Nice job, Kelly and Maya. Full points 270 with a time of 2:04.
Oh, 204.
2:04. So,
okay.
not only does she take the lead in the round, she's going to take the lead overall.
So that's the new time to beat for the round is a 2:04.
Yes.
So we'll figure out what her overall score will be. Thank you to Neutrina. If you want to learn more about the Loyal Lifeline that they have, you can visit neutrinaworld.com/loyallife. Okay, so we have Dylan Seeger and DS Ruby. They are coming into this round with a total time of 7:09 and full points of 540.
And this is getting really quick as of right now. So with Kelly's really nice 204, that put her in the lead pretty handily with a 920 total.
Ooh, okay.
So putting a little bit of pressure on everybody right there for sure.
And there's only 7 seconds that are between Kelly and Dylan. Kelly came in with a 7:16 and Dylan's coming in with a 7:09. So not a lot of difference between those two.
No, only 7 seconds.
Nice job through the fetch. Gets them through to, no problem there.
And Dylan, on this one, he is looking for a 210 or better
Ooh,
to put
take the
himself
lead.
in the
Okay.
lead. So we're going to have a run that's really close to that leading score in the round to be able to put him over top in the overall as well.
Yeah.
But well on track right now to be able to touch that right now too. So through 3.
Watch them going into that. Yeah.
That's
They speed up right there and head to that corner.
got a little long right there, but they didn't get too far back past there, and he's looking really nice for 4.
Nice job through 4. Okay, he's headed to his pin. Again, you don't want him you got to slow him down just a little bit.
And catch
So they
him on
can
this
see
far
it,
side,
yeah.
yeah. And that's a really tough transition. You really got to check there because they're going to float to this closer to our side right here, and then they're going to want to try and go out and around that wing.
Yep.
And he's got a good look right here. He's pinned.
Oh man.
Nice job. And Dylan needs to put some hustle right here.
I mean, it is a timed
This
event.
is
You gotta go.
Get your
gate.
gate. Get your gate. And that
206.
Woo. Puts him at a 206. I believe he did just
Nice job.
well
Dylan
enough.
and Ruby.
Like,
Both
I kind of want to
points
tell
of
these
270
handlers,
and a time
okay,
of
let's remember
206.
that this is a timed event and you're going for that first place. We don't just shuffle to that end gate. You get your butt there and you get it shut.
And our 13th dog out
Dylan
is
was-
Carter Harris and ASD Rojo Jr.
This is not a nonchalant thing. Like, come on. We are invested with you in this, so you'd better be hustling.
So that's going to give Dylan the lead in the overall.
By 5
second.
seconds.
Yes, so he's sitting in second in the round and first in the overall with a total time of 9:15
It could.
as it
I'm
goes
sorry,
right now.
Dylan. It could have been a 9-10 if you would have just hustled a little bit. I'm just gonna say that you needed to hustle a little bit. You could have had a little bit more of a cushion there.
Dylan,
Just
you
saying.
were stressing her out. You were stressing her out.
Okay.
It's okay. I do the same thing to her too. So
Shirley Schold and Lucky are up next, and they're coming in with a total time of 6:54. Yeah, this is one of those times where you are not stopping to smell the roses. You are demolishing those roses to get that gate shut. Nice job through the fetch. And nice, pretty oh, nope.
a little.
They just turned their head a little bit.
Yeah, but they held up just right.
Yeah.
So there. Nice job.
Now they're going to get
Again,
it through too.
Lucky not going too far and over flanking to squirt those
Yeah.
two out in front of the panels. Covered over well. So Shirley's needing a 220 or better to take the lead. in the overall.
Okay, she's working on number 3, so she needs a 221. 220 or better. Okay. See, maybe I shouldn't know this because then I'm like invested with all of these guys. Like I get way too competitive about these things. Gets them through 3. They're just a nice, easy moving group of sheep. They're given to the pressure well of Lucky. They're not really spreading too far out. Nice job. So again, you want to slow them down just a little bit as you come into this number 5 so that they see that opening. Yeah, they know where that exhaust is. So they just kind of came around that corner. So she's going to push him back. Now she's going to send, there you go. Oh, just had one sneak. So if she can, ooh, this is a tough situation because if she can bring that one back, but it might pull those other ones back out. So Shirley's going to walk and see if she can maybe just get that one wrapped around there and get them in before. Yeah, you're going to have to use your dog on that. So she needs to step around and hold those other ones in. So indecisive. Pick a side and go. There, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. Ooh. I don't know. They should go through that, but. Nice job for Shirley and Lucky. 4:03 is going to be her official time. So good job. 3 completed runs for the finals. You can't complain about that. So she's going to end her 3 rounds with a total time of 10 minutes, 57 seconds.
LB3 Sam, then Carter Harris and ASD Rojo Jr.
Okay.
And our 14th dog out will be Richard Bisnet and PDA Kirby.
So we're getting down to the top 5 dogs. So a lot can change right here. This is when it comes down to seconds. Like this is going to be, so up next we have Richard Bisnet and LB3 Sam. So he's coming into this round with a total time of 6 minutes and 37 seconds and full points of 540. So in order to take the lead, he needs to get this in a 2:30, less than a 2:38. So 2:37 and lower.
A 2:37 and lower will put him in the lead.
Will put him in the lead for first. Okay. And currently for the round, Kelly and Maya are holding in that first place position with a 2:04. And only 5 seconds separates between the two. We have a 9:20 and a 9:15 for total time. So again, it's just coming down to seconds. Okay, let's see what Richard and Sam can get done. Style points for the sheep coming out. Watch him, watch him. Oh, just to that side again. That's another one that I've been surprised about, is there's been a lot of them drifting to that side and having to redo that fetch. They're just being quick enough that, because in my mind I'm always like, oh yeah, the fetch, that one's easy. Ooh, you can get that one. But that, I think that panel out front is really throwing them off. And you have to be careful that you don't just get in the circle game too on this fetch. You gotta have your timing. Oh, good job. There we go. Ooh, got it. Finished 2, headed to 3. Finished 2 by the skin. That sheep just really likes to just slide along those panels. Gets 3. Yeah. That's the one thing, if you can sit and watch some of these runs before you go, you can anticipate that they're going to try to go into that corner. Gets 4 nicely, though. Made up for that time. Oh my, okay. You guys. So close. Nice job. So, 2:49, I believe, was his official time. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Could have been a little quicker if you would have just hustled to your gate. Come on, people. Hustle to your gates. Great job. So he's going to...
Nice job, Richard and Sam. Full points at 270 and a time of 2:49. Up next, we got Carter Harris.
So he came in with a 6:37, and we're going to add on 2:49 to that.
Kirby. And our 15th one out is going to be Trevor Motichka and Shep.
9:26 is what he's going to end his 3 rounds. So good job. So that puts him unofficially in 3rd overall. Okay, up next we have Carter Harris and ASD Rojo Jr. So he just ran with his dog Hazel and was able to get it done. So I think it pays to have 2 dogs. If you have 2 dogs, you get a kind of a practice round to get those nerves out, and then, which he had a great run with Hazel. He finished it with a 2:42. So let's see what Carter and Rojo can do. So they're coming into this round with a total time of 6 minutes 31 seconds. So 6 seconds is what was the difference between him and Richard coming into this round. So again, super, super tight. So 6 minutes 31 seconds. That means that he needs to get a 2:43 or lower to take the lead, which is totally doable. And it just so happens his last one was a 2:42. So he could do it. Good job.
Nice job through the fetch.
Oh. Just coming a little fast.
So they just got a little deep for that
Yeah.
obstacle right there.
I've also decided this week that we have some sheep that would really like to be, what are those horses that prance?
Draft horses, Friesians, Tennessee
The ones
Walkers.
that like lift their legs really high.
Tennessee Walkers.
Yeah. We have some sheep that want to be Tennessee Walkers because they have some pretty fancy. They get their feet pretty high. Nice job just getting them in line for that number 3. He's going to work him up the fence line. Just wanting them to see that opening. Again, you don't want to get them turned around backwards on this one because then that's kind of when they decide they want to go back. So you got to keep that forward momentum going.
Yep, an overflank right here is
Nice.
pretty costly on time for sure. Because it draws all those sheep back and then you have to turn them back around and move them forward again.
So again, anticipate that they're going to head towards that corner. They're going to speed up right there. Send them. Oh.
Yeah, I just say just
Little.
a little hookup. But
Oh, but they
if he
stopped.
can get to the side, there we go.
Nice.
Not a bad situation at
Slow
all.
him down. Slow him down a little bit. Slow him down. Slow him down a little bit. Slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
good
job, Carter.
Oh my. I thought they were going in. I thought they were just going to.
So he's going to send him away right here and catch him on the back side of this.
Yep.
And this is where the time is still ticking, but
There we go. Wrap him around.
needing to do it right. And the styles of these dogs, we have in Carter in here that ran 2 different dogs. Your timing and your reads are just a little bit
Ooh,
different for
watch
each
him,
one.
Watch him on the back.
Now Carter needs to hustle these guys out.
Come on, come on, come on. Get
And
that
hustle,
gate, get
hustle,
that gate.
shut that gate.
Nice
job,
God.
Carter.
In a row. 2:39.
So, and again, I can't stress the unofficialness of this.
Yes.
But
all unofficial.
that should move Carter and Rojo
Up next, we got Richard
Rojo Jr.
and PDA Kirby.
into
And then
leading
after
the
that is
overall.
Trevor, Motishka, and Shep. Then Sam White and Rose will be our last intermediate.
It was a 2:39.
Yes.
So yeah, that's going to put him into
The lead by 5
into the
seconds.
lead by 5 seconds. So bit of the rundown, and this is for the overall over 3 rounds. We have a 9:10, a 9:15, and a 9:20. Those are your top 3 dogs right there. 9:15 is Dylan and Ruby, and a 9:20 is Kelly,
Yeah, so it's
Fonkelrud,
right, yeah.
and Maya. So
It's
you've only got
close.
15 seconds separating your top 3 dogs right at the moment.
Yep.
And we've only got about
3
30 seconds, 35, 39 seconds, I think, separating our very fastest dog with Sam and our next dogs to go.
Yeah. So Richard Bisnet and PDA Kirby, he just ran his dog Sam. So again, he's another one that gets to come in here a second time. Richard and Kirby come in with a total time of 6 minutes 27 seconds, which just is it's a 4 seconds difference between him and Carter.
So that's going to give Richard. It's going to give Richard
a fetch.
a 2:42 or better.
Okay.
Would capture his leaderboard for himself.
He got 2 that went through, so he's going to circle him quickly and hopefully gets them around. Oh. That's the one thing with sheep. Once they do it once, that's what they're going to be looking to do again.
Well, and
unless you stop
a
that
sheep
direction.
a sheep's always going to beat you in a circle.
Yeah.
You need to get them off and a little ways away from the obstacle so that you can get some direction behind them. So if he can get him to camp out right here, this is going to be tough right here.
It was a little tight.
Yeah.
Again, you could push him out here just towards us a little bit more.
I was going to say just need him out there, but where this
is
dog's got to
tight.
take this flank right here, it really pushes him back to the far side right
Yeah.
here and not giving enough room to make this transition.
Yeah.
He needs to position these sheep out towards
Because
us a
they're-
little further so that he can have time to get the dog flanked to the right spot
Because they're
and
not
get
really watching
the direction
for that.
he needs.
Ooh, there we go.
That's
Nice.
nice job there.
Gets 2. Headed to 3. So he needs a 242 or better.
Which 3 to 4 to the pin can happen really quickly
yeah.
too. So there, see, through 4 or through 3, headed to 4.
Again,
Now if he can
anticipate
watch
that.
this
Yep.
transition right here
Send him.
and send him, oh,
Ooh,
excuse me.
that actually
Now he's got to
helped
get
out,
back to
yeah.
the come by side.
Nice
Looking good
job.
through 4.
He's headed to his pin. Again,
So Richard giving himself a fighting chance right here.
slow him down a little bit.
Needing to get off to the come by right here, and Richard, watch your side. Splitting up
And
and
the
headed
sheep,
off.
the sheep don't really care about the handler. Like they're
Not
just
so much. You can get a
No.
little bit of a shift of attention, but
These
most
guys,
of this
yeah.
work's got to be done
by the dog.
by the dog, and then you can hold a little bit of position as you're penning. But yeah, sheep and cattle will get to that same
Point.
situation after they've been trialed this week. They get to where they don't really care. Okay, Richard
Good
is
job.
in, needing to get these guys out of here and get
Nice
his gate.
job.
Grab your gate, slam that thing shut,
Good job,
get his time.
Richard and Kirby.
Nice job.
3:15, I believe.
3:15. So let's see where this lands him real quick. So full point runs in the
Nice
round
job,
and
Richard
overall.
Kirby. Full points at 270 and a time of 3:15. Up next, we have Trevor Motishka.
Okay, so up
And
next,
Shep.
we're going to have
Then
Trevor,
Samuel White
Matichka, and
Rose
Shep.
will be our last intermediate run.
So we're coming down to our last 2 dogs. That's going to put Richard with a total time of 9:42. Sorry, 9:42. Now my writing looks really bad.
Okay, so Trevor, Matichka, and Shep, they're coming into this round with a total time of 6:02 and full points of 540.
Yeah, so a 6:02. We're leading with a 9:10 at the moment. So let's see what Trevor needs.
I like watching this dog Shep too. He's a good one.
And as I believe, Shep's kind of the initial dog that I think Trevor started trialing with. Has done a really nice job with him, and then with his other dogs. He's got Storm. There's Storm. I believe he's one that he's got. Flash is another one. I think those 2 might even be litter mates, if I remember right, is what Trevor had told me once. But he's running around with a handful of really nice
Yeah.
dogs,
Who gets the fetch?
which, as you can see, has landed him nicely in these finals. So
Yeah. Headed to 2. Oh, they just did the same thing. And also, these sheep are creature of habit, and as we ran this week, you can see kind of their paths that they go on, and so there's a pretty good path to that exhaust that you kind of have to watch, or else they're just going to follow that through. So what does he need to get?
So, looking like Trevor needs to tie this up in a 3:07 or sooner to get himself into the lead in the overall.
Okay.
So very, very doable.
Yeah. First set that
Just really wanting to cross our T's, dot our I's, make sure we do it right. But
yeah. This is the first set that's kind of stopped right here.
yeah,
Not really, so he's going to move Shep around and just try to get some movement. Again,
Yeah,
he can't leave his handler box until he's past 2. Just needing
and
him to
that's
turn.
flanking him around to try and pick up some movement right here.
Just back him through there if you
Yeah.
need to.
Needs somebody to just move
there we go.
away. There we go.
Ooh.
He's talked him almost into finishing this out.
There we go.
If he can get him far enough through here, maybe he could throw his arms up and just kind of get some
Now
movement.
they're going to
There we
get
go.
going. Good job. Way to be
So-
patient. Even though it does eat up some time, that was a good move on his
Does eat
part.
up some time. Might be a good idea for these right here.
Just
Trevor
to help
just
him
needing
out.
to go and, yeah, just ask these guys forward. The way these sheep are reacting here with Shep, 3 might become a little bit of an issue if he can't get
Some movement.
these guys confident enough in Shep to get some forward motion.
And again, he does have that handler's line now that he can't cross. So now it's all on Shep.
Yeah.
And they're just not really. There we go.
That could have been a really nice thing to have happen right there, actually, so that he can keep these guys going.
Ooh, see, they got to be turned that other way or else they're going to stick their butt in there and then they're not going to want to go. There we go. Get them turned.
There we go. Now we're through 3.
Now they're on a good movement. Watch that corner right there.
Nice timing on that, getting
That
them
was
right out.
beautiful timing.
If he can keep some motion, I'd keep Shep moving
Yeah.
up right there, keep him in contact with those sheep and moving. Now he's back coming down here to 5.
Watch their shoulders right there on that. There you
Yeah,
go.
and he is in the pen now. He's going to want to hustle up and grab this gate and get this finished as fast as he can get it done. And he's going to get them through,
Nice.
slam his gate.
Good job.
And nice job for Trevor and Shep. Full points. And a time of.
Nice job, Trevor and Shep. Full points at 270 and a time of 3:56.
And a time of
3:56.
3:56.
Our last team left for this class is Samuel White and Rose.
Okay, so we are down to our top dog and handler, Mr. Sam White and Rose. They are coming into this round in first place. They are coming in with a total time of 5 minutes 56 seconds. So Trevor and Shep are going to end with unofficially a 9:58
Yep.
total time.
So going to move him just a little ways down in the
Yeah.
overall, but great job. Handled his sheep really well.
Okay, so Sam calls for his sheep. Again, he's coming in with a 5:56. Rose is having to go pick him up just a little bit in that corner. Ooh, just sneaks past that fetch. But they're going to circle back around. Send him, send him. There we go. He's going to push him towards that middle and get him lined up for that.
Yeah, and
So
then
then Rose can just rate him back and forth and bring him.
but nice job getting him out there to where he can start getting some direction on him. So he can
Nice.
start feeding them through how they need to be in the obstacle. Now he's got
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
this
ooh.
sheep getting a little long right here.
Oh, dang it. Got one, so he's going to
He's
circle
going to
him,
bring him
daylight
back.
him. There we go.
There he's going to send Rose around and down to right there. Back
No,
him.
no, no, no. Oh,
Ooh.
just gets one.
Slow down, Sam.
There we go.
Yeah, that's just needing as they come around there, he brings him around, and then he's going to anticipate this next move right here, and then he needs to get back this other way, or
Oh, yeah.
that happens right there. Just and that's he's going to. Here's the
There we
third
go.
time's a charm. He's got to anticipate this come
Go,
by.
go, 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 go. Oh, dang it.
He's going to get
There
him
you
just
go.
a little bit further away.
There you go.
There.
Good job, Sam. Send him through. Nice
There he goes.
job.
Nice job. Through 2. Heading off in 2-3. And if you guys are sitting here, it is about as dead quiet as it can be. It makes you feel like you got to be whispering.
I know, it's like
you can feel the
you
tension.
can feel the tension. There's a lot at stake right now.
Cut it with a knife. So anyway, we're going to finish this all out with a whisper.
Okay.
And
It's like the toilet
nice
paper
job,
commercial.
Sam.
Come on, buddy.
Nice
Oh my
job,
gosh.
Sam.
Oh my gosh.
And
oh my
he's
gosh,
headed
oh my
off
gosh. Oh my.
and to his pen.
Oh.
And get her back.
Watch the shoulder.
Now he
Watch
needs-
the shoulder.
he needs
Watch
to stop.
The shoulder.
Slow down, bud. You're all right. You're all right.
Sam knows he's gonna get this done.
And right in the pen.
Beautiful.
Now this is where you got to hustle your.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
But-
Get him out. Get him out.
Get that shut.
Good
Get that shut.
job. Nice job.
Nice job, Sam.
Even with a sliding stop.
He's
Nice
gonna get
job.
this shut.
Nice job, Sam and Rose. Full points at 270 and a time of 3:32.
3:32.
Yeah, so he's gonna finish with a 3:32. And so that's going to put his total time. He's coming in with a 5:56. So he will have a total overall time of 9:28. And that is going to put him right around 4th overall. It looks like unofficially here we've got a 9:10 with Carter Harrison Jr. And
Rojo,
we're going to.
not Junior. Rojo Jr.
It's Junior. We ran him very first.
Yeah. Yep. So this is all of this is unofficial. So
yeah,
we're
so
just going
totally
off
unofficial.
Of our numbers.
This is my terrible math that was granted to me by
Star Valley
High School and an unaffiliated college somewhere in the country.
But it's looking like.
But it's looking like we should have Carter Harrison Jr. with a 9:10. Then we should have Dylan Seeger and Ruby with a 9:15. And then Kelly and Maya with a 9:20. And then Sam White and Rose with a 9:28.
So, and for the round.
And let's see if we can get out to our, and it should put Richard Bisnet and Kirby with a 9:42 in 5th.
Yes, but for the round.
Yes.
Kelly and Maya took the round with a time of 2:04. So good job to them. Nice job, you guys. That was an exciting round. Holy cow. We're just getting started too. One class down.
one
Intermediate
class
sheep.
down.
We're crowning some grand champions and reserve champions.
Yep. And we went through. So let's give in the round, that would be Kelly and Maya should be first sitting in the round. Then Dylan Seeger should be second in this championship round. Then we should have David Briggs and Dash in third. Now, you talk about this. You talk about David coming in here and just swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
I mean, came in and laid down a great run right off the get-go. I held first for a long
Like
ways
6
through here.
dogs, 7 dogs.
Yeah, halfway through the class, and then gave himself a really good fighting chance. I couldn't be more happy for David and Dash, but that's going to land him in third in the round, and then it would jump us up to, I think, Richard Bisnet and Sam would be third in the round.
Fourth.
Would be fourth in the round. Actually, Carter and Hazel would be third in the round.
You're off a number.
Am I off a number?
Yeah, you're fourth.
Four, and
fifth.
this would be fifth.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So anyway, as we see it, Kelly
Yeah.
and Maya win in the round. Dylan Seeger and Ruby second in the round. David Briggs and Dash third in the round, and Carter and Hazel fourth in the round, and Richard Bisnet and Sam would be fifth in the round. So congratulations to every one of them.
Yeah.
What an outstanding job every one of them did. 3 full rounds. We had Blaine and Storm coming in that's still fighting for a possibility on Ultimate.
Yeah.
Just dropping a couple of points to the rest of the field, but great job to everybody. Awesome job. The way they're handling sheep and everything else has been outstanding. So we'll be back.
So, I was just going to say, if you guys are around Afton, you should come down and watch this, because this is the finals. It's all up in the air. You have no idea how it's going to end. We're going to put down some fast runs. We're getting ready to go into the Open, I believe is next, the Open sheep finals. So if you're around Afton, come on down, because I feel like we're going to get some really fast times in there, and anything can happen. So we'll take a short break, and we will be back.